Alright, so everybody, I just made a video, but I realized I didn't have my headset plugged in, so now we got the headset plugged in, and guess what? You can hear me. Alright, so basically I wanted to show you what I did. I was working with the mazes, and I kind of tweaked it a little bit because I want to draw little buildings, and I was working on trying to get the background for the maze, each little individual cell in the maze to fill up and look really nice and do some artwork with it. But anyway, so I used some old code where the cubes are just drawn. This is instanced rendering, and I throw in a scale factor for each particular cube, and I use that scale factor to compute the position of each cube. So the cube, like these variables start out at 0, and then it goes each time through this inner loop here as you're creating the cubes. This is where the cubes become initialized. The scale factor is computed randomly, and then it's added to the current position, and then a little offset here. Right there. Actually, what we should do, I should change this because I don't want it to do that. Let's just go times 2.0. So that way the distance between the cubes will be based proportional to the scale factor, and then the same with the actually the rows will make the rows pretty steadily not proportional to the size. Okay, because they're all going to be, yeah. Okay, so current z, and so current x is incremented each time inside the loop was my main point. And then once it gets out of the inner loop, the current x resets to 0, and the current z gets incremented, and that's how the positions get set, and you'll see the application of that shortly. So inside the render loop, we apply the scale factor to the model for rendering. We also throw in the scale factor as a uniform, and that gets used in the vertex shader here, as you can see. And it just affects the texture coordinate. So instead of scrunching the texture onto the smaller cube, it just leaves the texture basically as it is, and it just samples to the length of the cube. I'll show you. So there are approximately 50 little dots on these cubes, but now if there's, see, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, that's a 7 size, and then basically I just added that little amount, and none of them are scrunched onto the cubes. It's just perfect little randomized cube things, and I just fell in love with this cube design, so I figured I would create a little program to make these like this. And eventually I'm going to be able to also augment where the texture sampling begins, because I can go into here, and where the texture sampling begins and where it ends, I can control that with the same uniform, and then also with the random number generator, given the size of the sample and then the length within the, I'll show you when I do it. It's something going on in my head and I have to figure it out. So anyways, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more, and I hope you enjoyed this. And don't forget to head on over to my Discord and chat me up, or ask a question, or answer somebody else's question, or join a project, and maybe we can make some money together. That's my ultimate goal too. Thanks again.